Okay, here we are again. Welcome to SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Today we're going to be at the Huntington Pier again, but this time we're going to be on the south side. Now, I was on the south side the other day, and it was pretty good. There's a lot less people on the south side these days, and different years are different. But right now, the south side is less. But the waves have been better on the north side, so you can take your pick. Better waves, more people. Less people, not quite so good. But, quite frankly, I had a perfect day today at the south side. So it's glassy conditions. The sun was shining bright. I'm in my summer wetsuit, and here it is, the middle of November. And it was just about shoulder to head high, I guess. A lot of smaller ones were coming through, too. You had to wait for the sets to get a shoulder or head high wave. But that's okay. It works out great. And so we were on the south side. And we were probably got there about 7:15 or so. By 8 o'clock, a few people had come out, but for the most part, we were pretty much alone. A little bit further south, but the waves were better closer to the pier, so I worked my way back north after a little bit of current pushing me around. So the current's starting to come out of the north, which means the water's going to, get really cold here any day. So you just don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to get cold. So one day I'm going to walk down there and it's going to be freezing. So I may have to go back and get a thicker wetsuit or something. But for now, it's perfect. Sunny, smooth, offshore breeze just keeps the water glassy. And that's it. So like I said, I got some good waves. I got a really nice left that went on and kept me, It wasn't really big, and I was surprised that it went through the dead zone and reformed. So I rode it through the dead zone and caught one more drop on the inside break, the shore break. So got one or two more of those, and I had a really good right where I came off really fast off the top and did a really fast bottom turn. But when I came to do my top turn, it just wasn't enough wave, and I tried to turn too sharp. If I'd have been a little more easy on my turn, I probably could have stayed in the wave, but I turned too sharp and the rail sunk, then the nose sank, and then I just flipped over the front, as they say, over the handlebars. So I didn't get much of a long ride on that one, but the drop and the turn were really, really fun. And then, I think Craig cut his hand somewhere, didn't know where, but there was blood in the water. And, that always makes you think about stuff, doesn't it? But I don't know if it's true that sharks can smell blood miles away. I don't know. It sounds pretty far-fetched. But either way, you think about it. And speaking of sharks, on Halloween, I was invited to go surfing at 10 o'clock at night at the north side of the pier. And I didn't really want to do that, but so I took my bike down there and checked it out, and they really did. They went out on the north side of the pier, and there was like 5 of them, and they put on these glow necklaces and bracelets, whatever they are, and they put them on so they can see each other, I guess. But the lights on the pier were pretty bright, so they can see the waves. I tried to take some pictures, but it was just too dark for I only had my phone camera, so didn't see much, but saw him catch a couple of waves. But the interesting thing that happened is there was a rookie out there, a newer guy who doesn't, he's probably been surfing this year, and he was on a big foam board, and he was just out there waiting for a wave, and Eric decided that it was time to initiate him into the fold. And so as he wasn't looking, Eric got off his board and swam under the water and came up behind his board. I don't even know how he found it in the dark, but he grabbed the back of his board and just started shaking it as hard as he could. And that just freaked him out so bad. That was so mean. But, I wish I was there to see it, but it was really mean. Because, he was just thinking shark, of course, because there is a theory that sharks feed at night. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not a shark expert. I don't think it's true. But I think that he thought it was true, and so he was freaking out. And so that was pretty funny to watch, but not funny if you're the one being scared out of your pants. So that was that. I'm not going to go surfing with Greg anymore. If he's going to scare everybody. Surfing's scary enough when those big waves come in and there's fish and sharks and jellyfish and stingrays. There's a stingray warning right now on the beach. They have stakes in the sand with the warning that says stingrays. So I'm trying to keep my feet off the bottom because if you step on one, that's a real painful experience. So I'm trying to keep myself from getting stung. And, it's impossible to keep your feet off the ground, obviously, but you try to step lightly and, be careful. But overall, it was a great day, great smooth surf, a little less people on the south side. No practical jokes today, so it went really smooth. A little bit of a current going south, so we paddle out right alongside the pier, but you start to drift further south, so you have to paddle north continually to stay in the area that you're trying to surf with, which we did. And one time I surfed in, walked back to the pier, and paddled out again, which I find to be a little easier than paddling against the current. But if you can get a left, which I did, I got a really good left, which takes you towards the pier when you're on the south side, obviously, and that'll take you towards the pier. Then if you paddle a little bit towards the pier more, there's actually a current that actually goes out as well as over. So you're getting a lot of help paddling out if you're right alongside the pier. So I'm sure I've said that before, but that's one of the tricks at Huntington Beach. If you can paddle out alongside the pier, if it's available, it's a lot easier than paddling out in the middle when the waves are coming. You have duck dive, duck dive, duck dive, duck dive, and finally get out. So a fun day. And surfing is great right now. This is the season, as far as I'm concerned. The best season to surf is right now in the fall. So with that in mind, I will see you out in the water, if not sooner. And keep up the surfing. Check out our sponsors: Nappy Clothing, Merch Hero, Task Bullet, and Swing Easy Hammocks. All the .comers. Thanks for listening. See you soon.